Hello everyone. I have recorded this video because I'd like to make note of something that I've been working on for quite some time. A few years ago I was told that these Digiseabasses make your Digimon live longer. Basically, if you feed your Digimon one, it will lengthen its life by a few hours, because ultimates usually fade away at about 18 or so. And I decided I wanted my Megaseadramon to not fade away. I wanted to keep him alive. So I kept capturing BlackTrouts and then Digiseabasses, and I was feeding my Megaseadramon 5 Digiseabasses every day, and it was making him live like one extra day. And I kept doing it for, well, solid playing, probably tens of hours, and I kept doing it until the point where I actually lived to 100 years old. And if I go to the age thing, it actually says 10, because it did say 99 like a few days ago, and then when he turned 100, there's only room for 2 figures, so it actually says 10. And every time I go to sleep and wake up the next day, it still says 10, because there's no room for any further like figures. But you can see my stats. I've got max everything because I've been able to spend so much time in the gym. And if I do nothing at all, he's going to fade away right now because of his old age, because he's like 100. Well, he's actually older than 100. He must be about 102 or so, because I've had the age thing saying 10 for quite a while now. As you can see, his weight's 99, that's due to all the sea basses I've let him eat. It's been 5 a day, though occasionally 6. And if I feed him this one, too slow. Let's give that another go, shall we? Eat it this time. Bloody thing. Good. Now, he hasn't faded away. But you see his age, it still says 10. Now, I'm going to go to the gym, just to tire him out. He'll want to sleep in a couple hours' time. I started this whole idea of making my Digimon live to 100. Basically, it was just something I wanted to do because I was aware of how to make him live longer, and I just saw it as a challenge. And I started this when I was about 15, and I was done when I was about 17, but I didn't do it solid or anything. Like I said, solid hours, I've only probably, solid playing, this is probably only taken me tens of hours, probably. So, not that long. And I actually see this as quite an achievement. And I'm like very satisfied with myself for actually being able to do this. He should be sleeping. If I go forward by another hour, he might fade away. If I run around, will I tire him out at all? Well, I don't want to risk him fading away. Hold on a minute. Ah, he can sleep. Okay. As you can see, it says 10. I go to sleep. This is now a new day. And it still says 10. Like I said, that's because my age thing has frozen because there isn't room for 3 figures. So, although it's over 100, it only says 10. And obviously, if I train for an hour, he'll fade away again. And here we are back here. So I'll feed him the sea bass. This time I'm not going to save and sleep, I'll just sleep, so I'll just use all the Digiseabasses. This is to prolong his life. And then I'll use the gym, I'll just do solid training until it gets to night time. Oh, he's sick, is he? Fair enough. I'll do solid training until it gets to night time, and then I'll sleep, and it'll be another day, and you'll see that the age thing still says 10. So, unfortunately, you don't actually see it say 100. Which is a shame, to be honest. And it was a couple years ago when he reached 100. Because I stopped playing the game afterwards. I think he was 18 when I first started needing to use Digiseabasses. So 5 BlackTrouts, 5 Digiseabasses, that's like 10 fish a day. 103 minus 18, about 85. That's about 850 fish I've needed to capture. So I spent this has been very repetitive. I have spent quite a long time on it, but like I said, I see it as an achievement, and I have got a lot of enjoyment and satisfaction out of this. And to make sure I never save over this data either. Sick again? I chose Megaseadramon as well, because he's one of my favourite Digimon, with his ice statue and ice needle. And I know there's probably going to be people watching this that probably aren't believing it. They're probably thinking to themselves, oh, I must have hacked somehow, blah 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 blah. Well, for those of you that are thinking like that, I've got something to say. I have absolutely no idea how to hack a game. Absolutely no idea. I don't have a clue. And even if I did, I would not do that sort of thing. I'm really not into that. I just don't see the point of it. Because I take the view that if you do stuff like that, you're not doing the game properly, you're not going to get satisfaction, you're not going to get enjoyment, it's just pointless. So please, let's not have any of those foolish accusations, please. I have done this all the way through, and I'm very pleased. I remember when he was in his 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, it was just taking ages and ages, but I'm finally here now. Also, if you take a look, 29 years and 23 days, and my number of raised Digimon is 49. If you time the 30 days to a year, if you times 29 by 30, then add on the 23, that makes 893, does it? Divide that by 49, that equals just over 18. So that means on average, my Digimon have lived to 18 years old. And that is too high, because most of my Digimon have faded away as champions, which means they've only reached 15, and a lot of my Digimon have faded away younger because I've used devil chips. So the fact that my average age is over 18, I think is strong evidence to suggest that I've not cheated and I have done this properly. Because this Digimon being over 100 has obviously caused the average age to go quite a bit higher. For those of you that are familiar with my account, you will know that I'm no newcomer when it comes to challenges. For example, I've done Tomb Raider no kills challenges for Tomb Raider 1 and 3, and I'm going to be starting a Tomb Raider 2 no kills challenge. I just recently did a Digimon World 2003 no gym no equipment challenge, whereby I completed the whole of Digimon World 2003 without using the gym or not using any equipment. Yeah, I'm just doing this to get to the end of the day, really. He's tired, I really do apologise. I hate being a bad tamer. Ready for sleep yet? Seems not. Now he is. So once again, says he's 10 years old. I sleep, it's another day. Still says he's 10. So that's proof that he is 100 and I'm not kidding around. It's just there's no room for it to say 100. I think that's how it is anyway. Though when he gets to 110, it might say 11, if there's only room for the first two figures. Or maybe it just freezes on 10, I don't know. And once again, he will now fade away. So that's basically the video of me showing you that I've managed to make a Digimon live to 100. Like I said, it's been time consuming, it's been repetitive, but I've enjoyed it. So I thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed this.